What's up guys, it's Daz here. But you don't really care. I was gonna say we're halfway done, but we're not, so I don't know why that came to my head. Hello Aggro, let's go and take on Colossi number 6. Bara. I actually find his name, his fan-made name, to be quite funny to me, considering his actual design, but I'll show that off soon enough. First we gotta find this thing, because I have no idea. Okay, it's over here. Yeah, actually, while I'm here, I can show off the map. It's a really cool animation looking at the map. It looks like this. So here you can see the massive, well, yeah, I mean, from the time, it's a pretty massive map to look around. The clouds are areas that you can probably go to, but you just haven't explored it yet, and probably there's a Colossi there. So it's sort of hiding its position, and once you destroy them, you get to see their little faces, and then the clouds disappear. So we've got, let's see, you've got Gaius up there, Quadratus there, the first one, I've already forgotten the names, yes, Phaedra, and then Avion. Okay, so we're going in this direction. Now what is, I guess, a little annoying is, okay, we can clearly see that the sword is pointing in this direction, so we're exactly there, basically, is where we need to go. D6, I guess, is where you can guess the Colossi is going to be. But say there was a Colossi in this top left corner here, it's really awkward because it will just go right through walls and you have to find the path around it. I've said it before, but it's really awkward and annoying because it just doesn't... A lot of times you don't know where you're going, but I guess it's part of the experience, I don't really know. But this one is quite straightforward. It's when you get to the top left that things actually do get confusing, or at least it does to me. But yeah, I'm almost tempted to say that it's a bit of a shame that there's not much you can do in between fights and you can just sort of run around and look at the place, but that's exactly part of why it's like that. This is the Forbidden Lands. It's just sort of empty and sad because all that explores in these realms are the Colossus, or the Colossi. Whoa, that's some air. Now then, we found another... There you... Well, alright then, if you're going to be... Are you serious? Am I seriously just going to have this much ease with everyone? I mean, that's fine. Oh, that was kind of gross. Its body just sort of faded into the ground. But if this is just how it's going to be, I am perfectly okay with that. Thank you very much, Aggro. Please just... There we go. I am not good at getting on aggro. There are some Colossus fights that we're going to need aggro to help us with. I'm going to have a lot of trouble with those, not just because they're pretty difficult fights, but also I'm just not good with aggro. Now here we saw a lizard with a glowing tail, and it was right by one of the little save station states. Aggro, why did you go to the right? What are you doing? Get here. But there is also sometimes some lizards like this one over here, which is just in a location. There are special locations. I don't know where all of them are, and seriously, I'm having so much good luck. But only with the lizards. The Colossi, not so much. Huh. But yeah, there are some that are in a special location. I don't know where they all are, but I'll take all the ones that I see. And me being colorblind probably means that I'm going to walk right past some, and it probably already have. Sorry about that. Well, I mean, I guess colorblindness isn't really an excuse. It's just a glowing tail as opposed to a not glowing tail. But wait, is that the path I'm supposed to take? Yes, it is, I think. No, that's just a way to look around. That's the path I need to take. Because this is like the Lost Woods or something. There we go. This is the right direction, I think. Okay, Aggro, please stop going side to side. Thank you. Now then, Aggro itself has some alternate designs to it. Obviously, it's, first of all, a massive black horse. But the little white thing on its head, the symbol there, can actually change, I think, if it detects a save state from Eco, or Ico. I might be in the wrong place, actually. No, I'm not. It says go, like, there, right? I'm just to the right. Right? Oh, this is my hand. There's my sword. Okay, yes, I am in the general right area. There we go. See, it's right there. Okay, good. Never mind. You can also get a symbol on the front of Aggro's head that's shaped more like just a really thin eye. There's a save station. No, that's not a save station. Never mind, the motion blur is confusing me. You can get a shape like the Ico or Eco symbol, which is just a really thin eye. You can also later on get a customized version of Aggro that's just a white horse. We'll be seeing a white horse later in the game, but for now, I will go to this Colossus for one thing, but also I'll show off all the other little details and extra stuff you can get from this game a little later on. For now, let's go jump in here and find Mr. Barber himself. Hello? This Bara is actually also the first underground Colossus. Everything's a first in this game. We had the first flying Colossus, the second tallest, and the third tallest, and the fourth tallest. Now let's go and see the first one underground. When you think of it, you think it's going to be, what? If it's underground, it's probably a mole. Maybe a worm. Or a... what else is underground? A seed. Very intimidating. In actuality, this Colossus is none of those. In fact, it is just a big room of emptiness. Literally, there's nothing here. Also, the music playing is Signs of a Colossus, which is what we heard in the first Colossus we met. And please don't kill me. There we go. And the health bar appeared. That's suspicious. Well, there goes our escape route. Meet Bara. Bellua Maximus is the Latin name. I think it's quite funny because barber makes me think of, you know, hairdressers. And this guy's got a massive beard. I'm facing the wrong way. Anyway, why I mentioned the Signs of the Colossus music so early and how it's similar to the first Colossus is the second one is grotesque figures also appearing in the first Colossus fight. So it's like they're reusing the entire music because they've only got like 10, which is actually kind of true. But there is another song that we'll be hearing in a minute when we get to the actual fight bit. But first, we need to actually make this guy weak, or at least vulnerable. What you'll notice is he's primarily stone. You can't climb him. I would have gone up to his legs to show you can't climb him, but I'm already over here and he's over there. But this guy, he lusts for destruction, they say, and you'll see it because, well, walls mean nothing to him. He will literally walk through it. And his walking animation is faster than Wanda's running animation, so you gotta get up quickly. Thankfully, these walls have conveniently placed spots for you to jump across. Don't mind me. What you gotta keep doing so far is just get out of his way. Just keep running. Oh god, that's intimidating. This would be so good as a movie adaptation. I heard there's actually a movie adaptation coming along, but it's sort of quiet and in the works, and they're currently interviewing people for being writers. I'll sign up for that. I've got some movie ideas that'll make it interesting, but I'll come to that later in the Let's Play. What you need to do is you need to hide. You need to hide and run away. After fighting off 5 Colossi even. Thank you for smashing me. After defeating 5 Colossi and just, you know, being fearless and fighting all of these monsters, this one you've got to run away from because, just like Phaedra, he comes looking for you and that's when he's vulnerable to attack. You grab him right on the beard. This is also the first Colossi and only one to just use his fists. He doesn't have a weapon, but he is bipedal, so he's kind of humanoid. The pattern's really true that it's just humanoid animal, because we've got horses and whatever the first one was, elephant, mammoth, and avian being a bird, and then 3 humanoid ones, so it seems to be the pattern so far. The third song playing is Revived Power, the fan favourite, but yes, you've got very repetitive soundtracks, but it's good soundtracks. Anyway, something else I want to point out is this guy's sigil. It's not on the centre of his head, it's on the left side of his head and facing sort of to the left as well. And some people have theorised that because it says that a fool he is not, that's what God Voice said, thinks it's a reference to this because its sigil is on the left part of his brain, which is associated with logical decisions and problem solving and mathematics, whereas the right side is more creative. Are you alright? Oh god, okay. This guy also flails about quite a bit, so... okay, there we... No? Yes? No? What? I don't know. Stab, please. Oh god. Alright. Whoa. I'm not sure if I was looking at weird, but no, I think I was just looking at weird. For a minute, I thought my hand was on upside down or backwards and the sword was glitching. Like those glitches you see where the arms twist around, I thought it was one of those. I have no opportunities to hit you. There are none. Please, if I get a little stab, no, he's too busy trying to get his footing. That's so weird. Alright, well I have no stamina left, so I'm just going to go to your shoulder blade. Hope you don't mind. Okay, here I can... Oh, apparently I can't grab that stuff. Alright then. Really, there was barely any movement. Why are you flailing around? Come on! Yes, yes, I know. The music is so epic. Stab him in the face! Or, actually, it's the head. I don't know why I said the face. Now this guy's roars, they're like bellowing bear roars. I think there was another Colossus that, I'm not sure if it was before or after this, that also roars like a bear. It might have been Gaius. So, yeah. But then again, they might just be completely unique sounds that just resemble bears. I don't know. As I said before, I don't know animals. Right, now that we've taken out the sigil on its head, it disappears and we've only taken out half its health. So even though usually the one on the head is the first one, in this case it's not, because you come to this one first and generally you're just bad at planning things. I believe the second one is down here on its back, on its spine. Please don't fall. Thank you. There we go. Or maybe it was this one that's to the left. Well, I mean, it was still... I think it was left on his brain. Well, it's left here too. He's a very left-sided mammal. Even though they say this thing is not a fool. But really, it looks down and you obviously used its beard to get to you. If you were to fall again, you do the exact same technique. He will still duck under and allow you to grab his beard. He must not be that smart if he's willing to repeat the movement that almost destroyed him last time, so... Very weird, but then I guess it's because they have to do it like that for the gameplay aspects, but still... Yeah, can I get onto this and then not, you know, struggle? I think I managed to do it accidentally on my practice file. Please don't fly me along. There we go. And then, there, yes, okay. I can get some energy here. No, on his knee. I can get some energy. Not at all. Alright then. See, I almost thought I was... I was so... No. Ouch. Alright, I am so gullible to thinking I could actually get this right on the first go, but apparently not. Let's go show how much of a fool this barber actually is. He's gonna do the exact same thing. Jesus, his hands are like disproportional to his body. I never noticed that. I mean, Yeah, there we go. Alright. Now there's a lot of skilled players that can do all kinds of tricks, like letting go at the right time while you're getting flung about to get to points really early. Like I believe some people can get to the head of the first Colossus before, like without even stabbing it in the leg. It just sort of jumps up and all that. But we are not gonna do that because we're not professional players. Though that guy has piercings on his cheeks. He's like earrings, but on his cheek. Oh right. All right then. Interesting. His horns also look like they've been sculpted. So maybe they had a good relationship with humans and then went bad suddenly, and that's why we have to destroy them to save the life of someone. I don't know. I'm not gonna think too hard about the reasons of what we're doing and why we're doing it. I'm just gonna try and get to the top before we lose our grip and fall down again. Wow, this is going brilliantly. This wouldn't happen in the movie adaptation, I bet. Okay, I've got a question for you. I'm highly doubtful that I'll ever be able to write a Shadow of the Colossus movie, but there's a lot of, like, things that I think would be quite interesting. For one thing, we've got 16 boss fights and probably 2 hours to show them all off, and I gotta wonder, I'd ask a question to you, even though I'm probably not gonna make it a reality. Would you prefer, if there was a movie adaptation, would you prefer to see 16 fights that were quite short so that you'd be able to see them all, or would you prefer it if some Colossi were skipped so that you'd see much more in-depth, longer and epic battles? Or do you think that might get a bit like redundant and boring if they're too long? But then maybe 16 battles might be a bit redundant and boring after a while as well. Stuff like that kind of interests me on what people would think, because I'm a little torn. I would want to show off every one, but then if they're going to be really short, it might not be very realistic, because obviously there isn't exactly a canon of how Wanda defeats these enemies. He just does in the end, but my question is, like, surely he must struggle. Like, it's got to be, he can't just know exactly how to destroy each Colossi like multiple played through players would. So, like, would you want it to be more, like, failing, but then it's more frustrating and harder to watch. Well, then again, it might be more interesting to watch. I don't know these things. I don't know. If I ever was to, like, make a movie based on some sort of thing that already had a fan base, like a video game or even just a book adaptation, I'd probably, if I was allowed to, I expect I would make like polls for the fans to make decisions on what they would prefer to see. That way I don't, you know, ruin it in some sense. Like pronouncing Ang like Ang, for goodness sake. But like, I would probably make polls like that, like what would you prefer to see, and I'll make it better for you because I'm making it for you, because if I don't make it something you'll like, then it's not very good. How am I doing this badly? There's just no opportunity to get your health back. I can't find a thing that increases my stamina unless I grab it, and that's not helpful. How many times have I fallen now? 4? 5? This is getting embarrassing. What are you doing? Have you not Okay, great. You're such a fool that you completely forgot where I was and decided to go home after you have a quarter of your health left. You think that I just disappeared? You fool. Come get me, please. I'll give you some more piercings with my arrows. Okay. Up we go. Alright, okay. Final attempt. Hi there, arrow. It'd be nice if you could, like, collect your own arrows again, but then again, I'm perfectly content with having unlimited arrows. That's another thing that would probably be a bit of an issue with a movie adaptation, is being careful with how many arrows you got. Unless well, no, I guess he could still try and grab them all again. I don't know, I'm thinking too far about an adaptation that I'm probably not going to get the opportunity to make, because I'm only 18. Wah wah. Right. Let's get onto its back. No, actually, I'm not going to go on its back straight away. Yes, you're going to flail, and that's great. But wow, that's really breaking wrists. Jesus. No, what we're going to... Come on. What? Did you do the same animation twice or something? Or Jesus. I just want to stand on your back. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to grab you. I'm not going to pull your fur. I'm just going to... There we go. Yes, that's what I want. All right, and then down. And then... You're gonna flail some more. Lovely. Jesus, that's... How do you explain that in a movie adaptation? How do you explain that Wanda has no broken wrists? Unless he's from like some sort of superhuman species. I don't know. Anyway, let's finish this fight after so much flailing, shall we? Stab! Oh, I missed it. I missed my opportunity. Do it a little smaller than that. There we go. Okay, maybe 3 more hits at that size, or a second one, there we go, that's a bit bigger, and then, final hit, destroy this massive upper arm strength beast. That was not the final hit. This is, though, Oh, don't play that music, it makes it sound sad. Oh, and don't make his arms go all flailing and his feet, that makes it sound like I did a horrible thing. Now, I think at this point it's pretty clear that I won't be able to leave these black tendrils, but darn right am I gonna try.